Good afternoon, my Instagram family. A very warm welcome to each one of you who have joined us today on this live session. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I am loud. Welcome, everyone who are joining us today in time, before time. Hello, everyone who are joining us today. Thank you so much for taking out time. Hello, everyone. Today's topic is very interesting, so I'm just waiting for more people to join us. By the time as today's topic is all about relationships, so if you have any queries pertaining to relationship, do mention that in the comment box. We will be picking up related to the relationships, different kind of relationships you have in your life. Soon we'll be calling our guest Miss Mamta also along with us. Hi Vibhuti, thank you for joining in today. We are waiting for more people to join us today. By the time those who have joined us, I just would like to introduce myself once again to all of you. Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Dolly Sharma, and I'm on a mission to create a community, a brigade of working women who want to live a life of purpose, of course, which is highly empowered and with all the powers. Like Goddess Durga has 8 hands, these professional women have 10 hands as 10 powers, which includes their personal life, their financial, family, love, spirituality, contribution, and much more. So today's topic, what we are going to discuss, is all related to your relationships, love relationships, right? So I would like to know from the audience who have joined us today, would like to know what all relationships we consider in our life other than the love relation or our spouses. So can I have some answers from the audience? What relationships plays important role in your life other than just your love relationship or your spouse? Can we have some inputs from the audience today? Because relationships and these personal growth questions have different significance for different people. So I really would like to know what is the significance for you. Those who have just joined in, I just would like to reiterate this for them. My name is Dolly Sharma, and I'm on a mission to create a brigade, a community of working women who want to live a purpose-driven and an empowered life. As Ma Durga has 8 hands, these women who wants to live a purposeful life, which is highly mindful, secondly, which is empowered with skills and different kinds of powers. As Ma Durga has 8 powers, these women have 10 powers, which include their personal growth, their financial growth, their love and respect, their family, kids, then they have contribution, they have their social life, then there is their spiritual life, and much more. Of course, the health is one of the aspects which we want them to get empowered on. So today's topic, my friend, we will be soon joined by one of a very renowned person, Miss Mamta Singh. She'll be talking with our audience today on the topic of relationships, right? So I really would like to know from all of you that what are the different type of relationships matters to you other than your love relationship or your spouse. Other than your love relation or your spouse, what all other relationships has anything to do with you? So soon we'll be welcoming our guest Mamta also with us. Welcome Mamta ji.
Are you able to see me?
I can see your screen.
Now you are able to see me.
Can you see me? Yes. Thank you so much for coming live with me.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you so much for coming live for our audience, Mamta ji.
Thank you
And I was just mentioning that today's conversation is all about relationships.
Yes.
So there are so many relationships that we have in our life other than our the love relationship or our spouses. But before we get on to this intense conversation, let me have the privilege to introduce our prestigious guest, Miss Mamta Singh, to all of you, my friends. So today's conversations definitely will be a roller coaster ride for most of you, because there are so many relationships that we follow, but at times we are not able to connect with them in such a deep way. So today we have our guest Miss Mamta Singh with us, and Mamta is not just person who's working towards a betterment of the relationships for humans. She is somebody who is a multifaceted person. She's an author. She has a decade of experience, and she has worked as a CEO of Nityanchal Academy. That's her organization with the name Nityanchal Academy, which is specially available in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, although she is available for globally for everyone online. Other than, she leverages her expertise as a licensed life coach. See, my friends, those who don't know about life coaches, the expertise of life coaches. Life coaches work in a very wide segment. So Mamta ji is also working in so many aspects of life coaching, and she is an NLP coach, neuro linguistic programmer, and she's helping individuals to navigate their mental health challenges. I hope we all will connect with this fact that a lot of things that revolve around us. Of course, our life is driven through our thoughts, our minds, and today Mamta will be taking us through this beautiful journey, then how through our mindset, how through our different change in the way we think for our relationships, we can better our relations with the other people around us. Because believe me, my friends, this is something which is bothering us time and again. Suppose if you have a destination to reach, suppose if you have a goal in life to reach, but you are getting so many hurdles in between. These hurdles can be real, this can be your own created. So if you have a better relationship with the people around you, I'm sure we can pass on these hurdles more easily and more beautifully. So welcome Mamta ji. For first of all, I would like to say a heartfelt thank you for you to being here and sharing your wisdoms with our audience. Please, over to you, Mamta ji.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the nice introduction, Dolly. And I have been working, and all the guests which are here, I felt heartfelt thankfulness and the gratefulness for all of you. I will request everybody to share your questions in the comment section so that if you are facing any of the problem, then we can answer you for that. And for regarding me, I can tell you that I have been a relationship coach and the intimacy coach. So both the problems are all together. So these problems I am solving it, and it's a very intense problem which people doesn't want to speak out in the public. Okay, so I will request everybody to write the things in the comment section so that we can read the question. We will not take the name of yours, and we will answer your questions over there. Okay.
For
So
sure, for sure. Let's make this conversation more interesting and interactive, because relationships are because we are also in a relationship right now wherein we are having this conversational relationship, and relationships are never one-sided.
yeah,
So
and
I resonate
I
with what you
always
said.
say one thing: if your relationships are better, your other walks of lives are very much better.
So true.
Yeah. So that
Very
is the one
rightly
sentence
said.
that I always start with my sessions with this statement basically, and this gives a very much a eye opener for everybody like that, and then they start reflecting themselves in the self mastery like that.
Great, great, great. What you said is absolutely resonating with me, Mamta. My first question to you, Mamta ji, is like for our audience, what is your first advice to anyone who comes up with an issue with their relationship with other people around them? What is
Hmm.
the first word of advice you tell them?
The first word of advice which I always give to the people is that be present there for the other person. When
Wow.
like whatever the most of the people comes up with that, they are having the complaint, they are a victimized person like that. Okay, कि मेरे को उसने ये नहीं किया, मेरे मेरे हस्बैंड ने मुझे ये नहीं दिया, मेरी सास ने मुझे ये नहीं दिया, मेरे भाई ने मुझे ये नहीं दिया. तो ये चीजें जो होती है ना, जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस रहती है, the expectations which we keep from the other people, that only make our mind very much disguised and very much damaged and very much of the, I can say you, self-controlling. These things we cannot control it out. But people's expectations are so large with some persons that they become like a victim of themselves only. And that's why
So
I
true.
say be present for the person. Whosoever it is. जब आप किसी की बात को सुन रहे हैं ध्यान से, तो वो उसमें ही खुश हो जाता है.
I got your point, Mamta, but I have this question.
Yeah.
Like, suppose when we say let's not have expectations, but truly speaking, is it so easy not to have expectations? Suppose if I'm giving my 100% in a relationship, right? So today, let me be very clear. We are talking about the relationships other than your love relationships, right? Other than your spouse.
Other than
So
that.
if I'm giving my 100% in a relationship, at least I'll have a 10% expectations. As a human, I can't live without that, isn't it? Otherwise, there'll be no charm in that relationship.
I know.
You know, with the time, I'll feeling monotonous.
Yeah, I know that it is very much true that we have to have expectations, but try to have a least expectations from the other person. Do the things without like thinking that we will get it back over here. Okay, when
Okay.
you have this kind of intention also, then you will feel that okay, fine, I don't have any expectations over there, and you will get much more than that.
Right. So we can say let's have a realistic expectations.
Yes, realistic
Right.
expectations you can keep out. कहते हैं ना वो बिन मांगे मोती मिले मांगे मिलेला धूल.
मांगे मिले ना बीका. That's very so true. But we humans are like that only. We definitely philosophies are made out of our lives, but when it comes to real practical aspects, We really need to grow from here so that we can absorb these informations and we can imbibe this culture in our day-to-day
You must
life. It's so
have
very
heard,
right.
you must have seen it from your grandmother, from your mother, everywhere. They were in the kind of a relationship where the sacrifice was the main thing. When the arranged marriage was happening in the society, you must have seen ki sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. At one
So
point of time, what happens? It bursts like a volcano, isn't it? जब बच्चे बड़े हो
right.
जाते थे और बच्चे अपने काम पे चले जाते, हस्बैंड अपने काम पे चले जाता है या हस्बैंड की डेथ हो जाती, तो what happens? What happens to the wives? Either
Right.
they get they involve all the emotions inside them and they get into the disease. And if they don't
Mhm.
get into the disease, what will happen? It bursts like a volcano. One day, mother get opposed to everybody over there. So ये
So
होता
true.
है. Yeah, the mind gets so much involved with the people that they start expecting कि अब मैंने इतना सब कुछ इनके लिए कर दिया, now they will do it for me. But वो हो नहीं पाता. जब वो हो नहीं पाता क्या होता है? आपको बुरा लगता है. You get into the resentment. You get into the anger. You get into the victimized position. And where all these emotions stay, these all emotions stay in your own body itself. And it
So
creates the
true.
cancer. It creates the cancer.
So
तो वो
true.
इमोशंस इतने ज्यादा गंदे वाले इमोशंस जो जितने भी होते हैं जो हम कह सकते हैं these are the bad emotions, वो बैड इमोशंस हमारे अंदर ही होते हैं और गुड
हमारे
इमोशंस
अंदर
कहीं
ही
नहीं
होता
होते.
है.
So
Right. So if I reiterate what I got from what you said, Mamta, is कि सबसे पहले तो first of all we should have least expectations from others.
right.
Secondly, whatever we are feeling within that relation, it is getting stuck in our body and which is creating an ailment for us only.
Right.
So it is our duty to take responsibility and do something
Yeah.
about it.
And
Very rightly said.
responsibility is not our responsibility, it is everybody's responsibility, whosoever is
It
there.
is.
Whether
But we can only work on ourselves, isn't it?
we can work, we cannot control other person, we can tell them
Other
just like that.
person.
But the thing is this, कि if the other person also start taking his 100% responsibility, then nothing is like that. You
Of
must
course,
have,
if we generalized it.
you must have heard about the formula of Jack Canfield, that is
Yes.
E plus R equals to O, where
So true.
E stands for your events,
Mm-hmm.
and R we will talk later, and O is the outcome. Okay.
Right.
Any kind of events which happens in the surrounding of yours. Suppose that कि घर में एक हार चोरी हो गया, ठीक है? What will happen? It's an event.
It is an event.
How you will behave on that? Those who are outside the house, they will say कि हमने नहीं लिया, हम तो बाहर थे, है ना?
Right.
सबसे पहले शक किस पे जाता है? उन्हीं लोगों पे जाता है. और सबसे ज्यादा शक किस पे जाता है? सर्वेंट पे जाता है. बट वो सर्वेंट अगर मान लीजिए 20-30 साल पुराना है, जिसने कभी आज तक चोरी नहीं की, तो उसके ऊपर शक वो भी नहीं जाता, है ना?
वो भी नहीं जाता.
इवेंट और उसके ऊपर आप रिएक्ट कैसे कर रहे हो या रिस्पॉन्ड कैसे कर रहे हो, वो उस पर डिपेंड करता है.
So true. So you what you said really makes sense, Mamta, when you said that instead in any relationship, in any given situation, if you fall in that, you have to choose whether you are planning to react or whether you want to respond.
Yeah. Reaction is
Right?
the bad thing. Reaction is the bad thing which creates the anger, which creates the bad emotions in you. But response is always a good one.
So true. So my next question to you would be, Mamta, I really want to understand. I'm sure everybody would like to would be resonating with my question. I would like to know what is that difference in people's understanding with the changing in generations. Suppose if I talk 20 years earlier, when our mothers were the kind of daughter-in-laws, right? So and today's daughter-in-laws, their mindsets are entirely different. So
Right.
how do people should deal with this generational difference? What is that two quick tips you would like to tell them? How to deal with the generational gap?
Generational differences are like that. Sometimes you get involved with the old kind of traditions, and sometimes the new old generation has to accept the new tradition also. The change for everybody is very much pathetic. Nobody accepts the change. हमारा माइंड क्या होता है, वो कंफर्ट को जो है एंजॉय करने लग जाता है. एक सिचुएशन
Right.
वो उस कंफर्ट लेवल को छोड़ना नहीं चाहता. इट इज जस्ट
Okay.
बिकॉज ऑफ, और ये आज से नहीं है, ये आदि मानव के टाइम से है. जब वो गुफाओं में रहने लग गया तो उसको घर अच्छे लगने लग गए. फिर वो बाहर आग आग जलाने के लिए, सिर्फ वो खाना बनाने के लिए आग जलाता था. ठीक है. धीरे धीरे जब उसकी इवोल्यूशन हुआ, उसने फिर और अच्छे घर बनाने शुरू कर दिए. जब वो एक
सही है.
कंफर्ट लेवल घर पर आ गया तो वो बाहर निकलना भी उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता था. ही जस्ट
So
गो
true.
फॉर द फूड. ठीक है.
Right.
आज की तारीख में वही जनरेशनल गैप जो है, उसकी मोडालिटीज बदल गई है. लाइफ स्टाइल चेंज आउट एंड पीपल आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू लिव अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर कंफर्ट लाइफ. सास का अगर मैं एग्जांपल लूं तो सास जो होती है वो घरों में रहना पसंद करती है. नई बहुएं जब आती है तो क्या होता है, दे डोंट
Right.
adopt it. The new girl in the house also cannot adopt the this thing. Every time picking up the this things, whatever the saying she is doing it, she don't accept it. तो ये चक्रों में क्या होता है कि आपस में बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स होने शुरू हो जाते हैं. And this conflicts only makes the people harassed with their angerness, with their other emotions like that, and it is ruining the life of the people.
Wow. You made it very clear and transparent, Mamta, I would say. But whatever you said from that, there's one question that pops up in my mind is a communication.
Communication.
Now we all both the people are living in their own world, right?
Yeah.
The person who is feeling bad, the other person is also feeling bad, but they are living in their own world.
Yes.
None of them is trying to do the communication. Nobody wants to initiate the conversation. So what you would like to suggest to our audience, that first of all, what sort of mindset they should have regarding these type of confronting the conflict conversation, and how to initiate these communications?
Instead of communication, I will say that you should start listening the people. Listening is a very good communication. If you listen to some person properly, you can communicate well to the person again. Okay.
So true.
Generally, in today's world, people don't even listen. They listen half and heartedly the things, and then they make their own stories over there.
Perceptions. We live in the perceptions of, yeah.
And those perceptions make them only damage. It is not like the other person is getting damaged because they are not able to express the things over there. So when you take the things in a proper way, and when you expel out all the things in a proper way, then it is called to be good communication.
So very connected, Mamta. I would say that what you made really makes sense, and I'm sure most of us must have experienced this in our life, that we presume things.
Yeah.
कि उन्होंने ऐसा सोचा होगा, उन्होंने ऐसा इसलिए कहा क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लगा होगा.
People
we presume things.
For every small thing, they make the own story, and that is the only thing of their own tensions and the stress and the depressions.
So true. And mostly these stories, as you said, if we listen to the other person calmly, take a pause and console our own emotions for a moment, we will be able to understand the other person in a much better way. Very nice. I truly agree with you, and my heartfelt 100 hearts to you on this conversation, because I'm telling you, this really makes sense, because we all are probably going through these kind of challenges.
Right.
It's not about being married or not married. Even the the non-married kids, or the generation which is falling between I would say 18 to 35 years of age, they are also struggling with these kind of challenges and nagging, and not feeling that synchronicity in their relationship with their parents, their siblings, their colleagues, also their friends. So these kind of relationships also play a very huge and important role in our life.
Main is the patience.
Very rightly said, Mamta.
Patience is the key. If you are not having a patience in your life, then you cannot survive well. You will always have a hyper kind of a attitude, hyper kind of a behavior where you are abruptly saying this thing and I want it. I want it. So it will not,
Right.
it will create the mess around you itself. It will not create a mess around the other people, but it is messing your own culture, own surroundings like that.
So rightly said. I connect with you on that, wherein you say that listen to them patiently, respond and not react. Don't presume. Don't make stories in your mind. Just give a pause, listen, and then respond to it. Very, very truly said, Mamta. But in spite of that, right? Suppose if I'm putting in today's discussion, I'm putting myself in every situation. So I would say, suppose they fall in this situation wherein I am doing this, what you just said, right? Even I'll follow all that. I have that patience. But of course, some other time we also lose our minds at times. But if this is going, if this is an ongoing process, I would take it on my respect criteria. I would say I am not being respected by this person in this relationship. In spite of me listening to them every time, they are taking it otherwise. They are saying, they are maybe thinking that this person will listen whatever you will say, or they will think that they are dheet. Yeah. So these are two perspectives the other person will think. Now, my question, I'll just reframe it, that suppose if I'm taking it on my respect, suppose I'm going to the next step now. Suppose if this is getting again and again and I'm feeling disrespected in that relationship, how should I deal with that situation?
In that, you have to set the boundaries.
Okay.
One person has to take the strong step of setting the boundaries. Ki this much I can accept and this much I cannot accept. It is you. Every story of the relationship starts from you. If you are not doing your self-love, if you are not doing your setting of the boundaries, then people will definitely going to ride on you. They will take a proper ride on you.
So
And from there itself, the narcissistic personality starts developing in the person. And
I got your point, Mamta. Of course, when we have a narcissist or a narcissistic personality in our life, of course, we need to create firm boundaries with them.
yeah,
But suppose in that, what should we do which is not defined as narcissist, but with a growing age, there are certain relations in our life, like our parents and all.
set the boundaries for that. Don't accept the things which you don't like it. If you are liking the things, once you have accepted it, the other person will take you granted and he will
Take
keep on.
advantage of it as well.
Yes. It will be like that. Taking advantage is a very bad thing, but the thing is still people do it. Okay.
Right.
They are least bothered about their morals. They are least bothered about the behavior and all that. They keep on doing the things. अगर वो चीजें खत्म हो जाए ना समाज से, तो वो चीजें अपने आप ही ये रिलेशनशिप जो है वैसे भी ठीक हो जाएंगी, लेकिन लोग करते नहीं है. कितना भी
So
सिखा
right.
दो, मोरालिटी सीख लेंगे, नैतिकता सीख लेंगे, लेकिन उसके बाद फिर वो करते नहीं है.
So right. तो मुझे लगता है कि
नॉर्मल एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि एक ट्रैफिक उसमें आप देखिए हेलमेट लगाना कंपलसरी है. ठीक है, कितने लोग लगा के जाते हैं.
Right. लोग पुलिस वाले के लिए हेलमेट लगाते हैं, अपने लिए नहीं.
वो घर से निकलेंगे, हेलमेट ऐसे हाथ में टांग के लेके जाएंगे, लेकिन वो सिर पे आता है. इट इज नॉट लाइक पीपल आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट. अगर एक्सीडेंट होगा, मरोगे तुम खुद ही ना, सिर्फ तुम्हारा ही फटेगा. तुम्हारी सिक्योरिटी के लिए पीपल डोंट बॉदर अबाउट इट. एंड इन द सेम वे, मतलब लेडीज को भी मैं यही कहूंगी, या जेंट्स को भी, जो भी जिनके साथ भी इस तरह की टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप में है वो लोग, तो वो अपनी बाउंड्रीज पहले सेट करें कि दिस मच आई कैन एक्सेप्ट एंड दिस मच आई कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट.
राइट. और इसमें एक एग्जाम्पल और बहुत कनेक्ट होता है, विच इज स्पेशली फॉर ऑल द वुमेन्स और न्यूली वेड. Because generally when you are newlywed, you try, if you are coming from a decent and good background with all that, good upbringing in your life, you always would like to be like your mother, accepting everything goody goody, and we want to have that good queen taj on our head. that she should be called as a good one.
प्लीजिंग पर्सनालिटी हो जाता है.
Right.
आज का मेरा स्टेटस आप देखोगे तो आपको पता लगेगा, उसमें मैंने वही लिखा है कि legends have gone by pleasing the people.
I think
कौन याद कर रहा है?
that is more toxic.
हाँ.
You tell them that okay, this is what I like, this is what I probably don't like, and this is something which I just cannot accept.
Right.
So if this information is communicated clearly with your behavior, with your gesture, and when it comes to communicating your information, it is just not like to be like this. It can be in a more sophisticated way. It can be in a more humble way. It can be more in a connected way. I suppose if somebody doesn't like, if some newlywed is allergic to some kind of a food, and just to please others, she's just accepting and accepting, and she's tolerating. And after 1 year, when she's saying that this is not acceptable to me, it takes a different toll, isn't it?
Right.
So this is my request to everybody, be it your, wherever situation you are, please be very respectful for yourself. First of all, know your emotions well, know yourself well, and to communicate your information to others, you need not to be very rigid. You can very nicely, very politely, also with your smiling face also, you can inform this to them that this is something which I don't accept, this is not me, I don't like this.
Right.
Because technically
उसमें भी ये होता है कि लाइक इतना भी प्लीज आउट नहीं करना है किसी को कि मतलब आपके ऊपर वो हावी हो जाए. ठीक है.
right.
यू हैव. उसके अलावा ये भी नहीं करना है कि आप चुपचाप रह जाओ. पेशेंस भी नहीं दिखाना इतना वहां पे. उससे क्या होगा कि वो कहेगा कि ये कुछ बोल नहीं रही है, कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, चलो इसका चल जाएगा ऐसा. अगला ये
and the thing is, otherwise people will also take you कि you are not talking deliberately.
हाँ,
right. वो आप delete हो गए हो, वो भी people also take that ways.
Right.
So it's better, it's very simple. Don't presume things, just go and talk it out.
Talk it out.
Speak about it, talk it out.
Talk it out in a pleasant way. If you are not talking, if you are not expressing your communication well, then people will take you granted. It is like that.
Right. Because we all live in this inertia of relationship wherein we don't take that first step to go and tell this to the other person in such a way that, okay, this is not acceptable by me. This much of time I can't devote. I have other things also, other priorities also.
Right.
So stop pleasing others, start respecting your own self, be very polite in your communication. You can be assertive and not aggressive when you share your response and communicate. So very beautifully presented, Mamta. Other than this, I just would like to ask you that these days, like there is definitely the generation gap is there, but what you would like to suggest to our audience that what this new generation should also adopt, instead of just saying all the time we are like this only, we are like this only, what you would like to suggest to them to adopt what the learnings are from the previous generation?
That the curiosity should be there in the young generation to know about the other person, to have a respect about the other previous generation. Because nowadays we can see that the respect kind of thing is not there in the younger generation that way. All are the social media and this saas bhi kabhi bahu kind of serious. If they are watching, they are seeing that like things are not happening in the world that way as they want it. Okay. So when they don't get it, they are very much impatient nowadays. So patience is the key. I have already told you about it. Patience is the key. Proper listening is there. Proper communication should be there. Your expression should be so well that other person should understand your boundaries over there. So those kind of things has to be adopted by the younger generation also, to have a conversation with your elder ones. Nowadays, you must be seeing the most of the elder peoples are there in the old age home, not at the home, isn't it? It is why it is because it is just because of that ki elders have not given the they have not communicated well to their children about their own boundaries. Okay, and the younger generation has not accepted them As the seniors, they are just after the money with them. ठीक है, वो money के लिए, पैसे के लिए जो है वो they used to torture them and then they put them in the old age home. So that is not should be there. They should respect them well. They should have a proper patience. They should be available for them, because at their younger age, this old generation has only helped them. They have only made them to stand in the society well, isn't it? And nowadays, it is not available anywhere. Instead, like I can say you, hardly 4 to 5% people are like that. Those who are respecting the people, the elder generation, and they are accepting them as they are.
So rightly said, Mamta. But see, I don't second this entire thought, but I have seen cases wherein, wherein these situations, I don't agree that, the elderly people should be sent to old age home. But if we get into the root cause of the problems, there are certain situations wherein probably our elder ones are not ready to do any kind of adjustment, because as a human we think that this is right and my kids should do this much because this is right for them. But as the generations have changed, as the definition of right has changed for them, there has to be a mutual adoption of the culture. The new kids should also adopt.
Mutual adoption of the culture will not happen, because I told you the starting, the change is very much pathetic for the people.
It's absolutely not accepted.
The certainty and the uncertainty between the people. Like we used to do one psychological test that is called the pre-psychological test.
Okay.
Whenever I see any of my client, there we first search out the need of a person. What is the need of the person at the moment right now? Whether he is ready to change or he is not ready to change. What is his growth? What is his contribution towards the society? Those kinds of things has to be made aware to the people. When it is awareness should be there in the elder generation also, they will also start adopting the things. People don't adopt the things because they are not aware of the things. Okay, awareness is not there right now. Even in this younger generation also, the awareness is not there about the relationship and anything like that. they ठीक कि आजकल आपने देखा होगा कि सोसाइटी के अंदर सिचुएशनशिप व्हाट दिस वन लिव इन सिचुएशनशिप आ गया है. देन उसके बाद एक और आया, बड़ा अच्छा सा वर्ड आया है वो, ब्रेड क्रम्बिंग. आप ब्रेड क्रम्बिंग. देन उसके बाद है लिविंग वाला, तो एक पुराना है ही है ऑलरेडी. ऐसे करके बहुत सारे रिलेशनशिप आ गए हैं जिसमें ये बताया जाता है कि लाइक एक पार्टनर ही आपके लिए सफिशिएंट नहीं है. यू हैव टू गो विद अदर पार्टनर्स लाइक दैट. सो जब वहां पे जब मल्टी चीजें हो गई है तो वहां पे लोगों का दिमाग एक जगह कहाँ लगेगा, ये बताओ. नहीं लग सकता ना.
This is Mamta, I would say it's a phase of transition.
4-5 people together. One person is handling 4-5 people together. उसको सबको प्लीज आउट करना है ना. उसको सबके सामने अपना वो दिखाना है, स्टाइल दिखाना है. तो उसमें क्या होता है?
I would take this point as a exposure or merger of global cultures, I would say, because Indian culture is definitely different. But if you look at the different cultures in Western countries or in European countries, the cultures are different. But it is just probably a mixing and transition of different cultures, I would say.
Western people are adopting the Indian culture now.
They are. Yeah, so it's all the way. It's both the ways.
That is happening.
But I actually resonate with our Indian culture a lot. I'm not just saying being Indian, but yes, as it connects with more of our bodily structure, our mental structure, and of course the right connection with the universe, the kind of cultures, the kind of methodologies, the kind of relations we have, and the kind of traditions we follow in India are definitely respected all around the world now.
Right.
If you look at Miss Universe International, the kind of culture she has portrayed, it's definitely something needs to be talked about. Right. So of course she is taking this culture and the kind of upbringing and the kind of relationship she's through which she is nurtured, that same she has showcased at the international platform. So this is my heartfelt, heart out loud to all the generation, the young generation who are listening to us. So just don't be rigid in your minds that okay, this is the way we are. We should not, don't say everything as hypocritic thought. There are so many things which are good in our culture. There are so many things which you can only learn from the elderly people in your family. You should pick up from them, learn from them, absorb from them, and add the tadka of your understanding, your technology, so that we can make this life more beautiful for everyone,
Like
isn't
वही
it?
तो है ना, like now a generation, like they are not ready to accept कि हम ऐसे ही हैं, ठीक है?
Right.
What is happening? Why then the parenting coaches has came up in the picture? Why the
Right.
relationship coaches are came in the picture? Because there is a gap, lot of gap between the
Right.
generational love and generational culture and all the kind of acceptance, adopting. Nothing was there. That's why the gap has been fulfilled by these coaches. And people
So
still
true.
don't want to come to the coaches just because कि हमें सब आता है. आज की तारीख में मैं ये देखती हूँ कि like on a relationship coaching, whenever the post has been done, people are very much scared of putting their comment also over there. कि लोग मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेंगे? How do I put it?
So true. This inertia is going gradually, Mamta. I would say
Right.
people are coming up. That maybe the percentage is less, but yes, people are coming up. They are addressing their own internal noises, which is creating trouble in their life. And yes, of course, as a overall a person in India or globally, we need to accept this. Yes, there is a transition. There is a huge difference in understanding how the people, the younger generation and the earlier generation are living. They had different set of rules,
Right.
but of course the thumb rule remained the same. The principle remains the same. Thumb rules have never changed. They
Right.
have definitely evolved to different tangent today.
The other than that, there is a like if you are suffering with any kind of a problems in the relationship and all that, there are the healing modalities. Get yourself healed over there. Na? Why you are not doing it? That is again the awareness is not there. That's why people are not coming for the relationship coachings and all that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is my humble request to each and everyone. Analyze your life. We are living in an age right now. I'm sure you will connect with me on that, Mamta. That we are living in a very very privileged state of situation and time right now, wherein we are seeing that everything is possible. मुझे लगता है for this time our ancestors must have prayed for years and years and years. That is why we are living in this age and we are not giving importance to it.
One more question which is coming in my mind, which I used to generally ask in my classes, ki write 3 people's name whom you are in very much love with. So people used to write the 3 names, my mother, father, all that kind of thing. Where is your name?
Yeah,
You have not loved your
yeah. Your name is entirely missing in that love list.
Yes. So what
So
happens?
true.
Like if you are not doing the self-love, how you will attract the love? And
So true. So
when the love
your
is
biggest
not there,
relationship is with your own self first.
first you should write your own name. Then only after that you can write any other's name. Everything starts from you itself. Relationship also starts from you itself. The whatever inner self is there, you are attracting those kind of people out in your outside world also. So be
So very rightly
gentle,
said.
be gentle, be patientful with yourself. Then you can accept the people from the outside who are patient, who are very gentle with you, like that. And don't be a victimized person in your life so that people can make you like fool of you and they can take you granted.
So true. Now, my one last question, Mamta. Of course, this list is endless. When we talk about the families and relationships, it can go on and on and on.
Right.
But one or some quick tips you would like to tell every person in every family, in every relationship, they should take or they should play their part. in creating that unity, in creating that uniformity in the family, what steps they should follow, at least 2 to 3 steps they must follow to create a uniformity in their families.
Follow the traditions first, and
Follow the
then
traditions first,
design it according to you.
then decide accordingly. Okay.
First thing is that, and then respect others. That will give you a much more openness to communicate with other people, basically.
So
Okay.
true.
And third thing I can say that they should be available for the other person. Start listening to the people.
So true.
Yeah.
Respect others, listen to others, and follow the traditions of your family. There's nothing wrong in it, guys. Let's accept it. Let's accept it. You may or may not, be following it 100%, but just be there. Just be there. Be a part of that culture. So thank you so much, Mamta, for sharing your word of wisdom with us. And I really thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, in spite of some, technical here and there in the beginning. But I love the thorough conversation because relationships, family, and parenting is one of my favorite topics, because this is what is on our top of mind all the time. Thank you so much for being here. I will be sharing Mamta Singh's profile link with all of you. You can join her, follow her, like and ask questions, whatever you have related to your life coaches. Now, other than that, you would like to say something, Mamta? You wanted to share something?
Something like for the relationship, generally nowadays, what I'm saying that there is a lot of conflicts are there between the Saas and Bahus. So I'm coming with a program.
The
I'm coming with
hottest topic.
Hottest topic. I'm coming with the program of Under One Roof, Clash of the Queens. So both are
Clash of the Queens.
Yes.
I even like the name.
Both are the queens of their own time, basically, and they
No
are
doubt.
still fighting. They are still having a conflict. So on that, I'm coming with a program, and I will request everybody to join that program. From wherever the resentment is there in you, you can solve each and every resentment, every kind of your worries, every kind of your angerness over there, and you are open to ask me any other questions on the relationships. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are actually doing a very noble job. I would say, Mamta, you are doing a noble job, because if you are able to bridge that gap and create that harmony between the queens of the home, and I'm sure there will be a lot of thank yous to you from the male community, of course.
Thank you so much. Male community.
Thank you, Mamta, for being here.
Male community is very much disturbed with all these things. That's why they have requested me to
On the contrary, yes. Wherever it is coming from, but at the end of the day, we have to make this planet a beautiful space for everyone to live. And of course, this starts from your own home.
Exactly.
So let's start making these space for us more beautiful, for each one of us to live, survive, flourish, wherein every woman can thrive and get empowered through her powers, different powers she has. Because women are quite occupied with all those things that goes around them. Instead of utilizing their power, they are just trying to figure out the small little things.
Right.
So I'm sure the audience must have got some good nuggets from these conversations of wisdom. And I say a goodbye to all of you for as of now, and we will be coming back once again on this Insta Live with one more great guest for all of you, with all those wisdom they have acquired through their different type of knowledge and modalities. As of now, thank you so much for joining in. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day ahead.
So much I'm grateful to you, all of them. And I will request everybody to be there and love us very much. And on my next
day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.